think your pageant walk, could use improvement. And I mean, it's not good.
Trying to do is put me down, but I know that I got what it takes to be a beauty queen. Rude.
You know, when Gino's just trying to be a good partner by being supportive, but also being helpful, but Jasmine's having none of it. It's just interesting because Jasmine has to remember who's paying for this pageant. And I'm not saying just because he's paying for the pageant, that means he has every right to be helpful. But I'm just saying that if he's going to invest his money, then he should definitely be allowed to invest in giving out his own thoughts on what he believes she could do better on. But hey, Jasmine's the kind of person that will just continue to always be ungrateful because she just wants what she wants. And that's just that.
I have not felt positive reinforcement from you. You're focusing on all the negatives. You are uninvited to the rehearsals.
I don't know how she thought she... How are you telling him he's uninvited to rehearsals? Like, yo, you wouldn't be here without his bank account. You wouldn't be in this position without even marrying him, to be honest. If you wouldn't even be in America without Gino. I'm not saying that these are the things of... I'm not saying that these things list why she should be so grateful to him. But like, come on. The audacity. There's never been a point where Jasmine has shown her appreciation for, I guess, everything that Gino has done to basically keep her happy. But that's the thing, though. She's never happy. And Gino needs to recognize that some people in this world, no matter what you do for them, they will always take you for granted. But also at the same time, Gino also has to recognize that you can't buy love. Because somebody that's attached to you based on your financials will never, ever treat you with respect. And that's why Jasmine does not respect Gino.
Seriously?
Don't be my coach. Be my husband. Be part of the audience.
That just doesn't make sense to me. Like, gonna start a fight with me, or is she trying to get back at me? Is it like a revenge thing? I don't know. I feel like maybe I should pack my bags and leave. Maybe that's a better idea. I don't know.
To be honest with you, that's the best thing he's ever said. Maybe I should pack my bags and leave. But if you ever do pack your bags and leave on a permanent basis. But we all know that's never going to happen. ever going to happen, sadly. So he's going to allow himself to stay in this position for as long as it takes, I guess, until breaking point. But either way, though, Jasmine has to learn to start being grateful for the things that Gino is and has done for her. But at the same time, though, Gino has to recognize that he can never expect Jasmine to be grateful for the things that he is and he has done for her. Because in the reality is this, she's with you because of what you provide, not because of who you are. She's with you based on what you provide financially, not what you provide as a human being. Therefore, she's never going to respect your opinion. She's never going to care for your opinion. And the only time respect's going to come from her is when you're giving her what she wants financially. That's just the grand scheme of it. And I guess even sexually too. Nonetheless, though, let's move on to the next couple.
Hopefully things might change and she'll start believing me. I mean, gain the trust back.
When do people learn that once trust is broken, there is no gaining it back?
Because I do feel like you were using me. And putting all this together, what I've been through and all, like something else again.
That's why I gave you the phone to do. Check it all if you want to. There's nothing I'm hiding. I'm not using you for the green card or for the visa.
Sorry to break it to you, Michael, but no matter what you say to try and convince this woman that you are a good person, she's never going to trust you. In fact, I don't even know if she even trusted him before she even met him. Because the way Angela's behaved over the seasons, even from the very moment that she met Michael, it's very hard to say if she ever did really truly trust this man. Because really and truly, if you ask me, I think Angela comes from a background of somebody that generally has trust issues when it comes to people in general. So trust even being a thing, I think that's always good. That was always going to be a roller coaster. But the fact that he made it harder for himself, I'm surprised he even made it to America. And when I say that, what I'm saying is I'm surprised that Angela even agreed to finally bring him to America, because really and truly, she could have pulled out at any given time, at least based on what we've seen this season anyway. But she still chose to stick around. But at the same time, though, Angela has a big freaking ego. And her ego told her that, listen, I want to bring this man to America, and there's no way he's going to run away from me because I want to make sure that he can't. Remember, it was reported that, Angela was keeping a hold of Michael's documents. So I'm pretty sure that she thought that she had everything on lockdown because she felt as if she could keep this man a prisoner for as long as she likes. And let's be real, let's be real. The moment that Michael ran away was the moment that she started opening her mouth. Why? Because you see, Michael leaving her meant that it meant that she was never going to be on 90 Day again, because the reality is this: without Michael, there's not Deem on TV. Yes, of course, we can argue that she may be on a single life, but yeah, Michael has always been her selling point. Michael has always been the person that has brought in the cash to her pocket. Why? Well, because he's the one that basically allowed her to behave the way she needed to behave to be on TV, if that makes any sense. But nonetheless, though, once trust is broken. And Michael, the trust you're looking for, it was never going to come, even if you didn't break it in the first place.
Just don't think I'm not watching you. Because I'm watching. Just because I'm smiling at you, I'm watching.
Babe.
Go in, say hello to the grandkids, Skylar. Like, set your clock to 5.
Imagine that. Imagine you finally make it to America. The American dream. A place you've been wishing for a long time. The land of the free. The land where your dreams can come true. And the first thing that you find out is that you're not even allowed in the house just yet, because Mima over there has to go in the house and prep the family, because the family has no idea you've even arrived. What a welcome to America, hey. I guess we have to see what happens the next time we see them. I don't think they're on next week, because in the preview, we don't see them in the preview for next week's episode. So I guess we have to wait until the following week. But either way, though, it's going to be interesting to see how Michael is welcomed into the house, because we do know that Skylar does not like Michael because she does not trust him. But according to Angela, the grandkids love him. Well, I guess we have to wait and find out. But hey, at the end of the day, the man has waited 7 years. So really and truly, having to do with Skylar should be a walk in the park with him. You know what I mean? But anyway, that's a whole nother conversation. With that being said, though, let's move on to the next couple.
And I decided to get the surgery. I thought for sure that it would help with my body dysmorphia and my confidence and change that.
Well, I guess Lauren didn't get the memo. When it comes to body dysmorphia, generally speaking, you need a therapist to help you with that. I mean, listen, to be honest, even before you go through any type of surgery that involves your body, generally speaking, you're supposed to get, well, not supposed to, but you should. I'd recommend highly people go and get therapy first to go and make sure that what they're about to do is going to make a difference that they're looking for. Because there's many people in this world that have all these surgeries but are still never happy because they have got something going on in here that they have not necessarily recognized or addressed yet. So the reality is this was always planning to happen if she was never, if she had never obviously sought help in the first place. And given the fact that she already knew that her body dysmorphia is at a certain level, I'm actually quite surprised that she didn't seek help. Unless she did, but by the sounds of it, she didn't. Either way, though, my point is, everyone, if you're ever thinking about getting any type of surgery, whether it's your face, to your body, before you do it, please, I recommend go and get a therapist first to find out that when you do this, you are generally going to feel better. Not do it and then feel like it's not enough, and then you do it again and again and again, and next thing you know, you're on freaking Botched. You know what I mean? The TV show. But nonetheless, though, let's get into it.
But those issues aren't gone yet.
Lauren asked me out on a date, so I feel excited. I feel good because Lauren sees me struggling. She sees that I'm tired.
I gotta say, the more I watch Alex, because generally speaking, I never saw the season between Alex and Lauren when they first came on to 90 Day, but the more I watch this guy and the more I listen to him, the more I sit and I say to myself, this man really is entitled. Like, he really thinks. I mean, look at it this way, right? This has nothing to do with roles, okay, who has what won a relationship, but the fact that Lauren had asked him out on a date because they're both going through something, I find that quite interesting, to be honest, because it tells me that maybe this man has been sitting in his feelings since he got the surgery, because he's had to pretty much man up and step up and obviously be a father as well as being a working husband. Sorry, I didn't realize being a father and a working husband was such a freaking difficult task, because he's always complaining about how he's had to look after the kids as well as also working. Like, bruh, does he not realize how many people in this world that are single parents that have to do this like on a daily basis with no complaints? You know what I mean? Like, yo, you're doing this for just a short period, a short window, maybe a few months of where you are going to be a parent. A full-time parent, you know what I mean, as well as a worker. When there's many people who are doing it year in and year out. Like, come on, nah. The entitlement for this guy, I don't like it.
She sees that I'm tired, working very, very hard right now. Then we need to find the balance. I'm trying to say.
I want to be a working mom.
first of all. You need to take care of the kids.
Absolutely.
Take care of the house.
Imagine that. Imagine you go to your partner and say, hey, babe, so I want to be a working mom. You know what I mean? Okay, I want to go out there. I want to chase some of my dreams. And your partner says, are you crazy? Excuse me? No. You're here to be a wife and to be a mother, and that's it. Damn, talk about a dream killer. Nah. That energy isn't right.
And me, as far as I need.
Nothing is.
When you start going and you have a meeting, and then what, I'm at home with kids and you're galloping around?
You see? He's moaning about being a father again. Oh, so I'm at home with the kids while you're gallivanting around. No, she's out there chasing a career. That's not gallivanting around. But hey, God forbid though that, you know, Alex is put in a position where he has to be at home with the kids by himself so he can be a father. Damn. Nah.
Because that's what it sounds to me like you're building for.
Not like.
They don't care about seeing mommy strong. They care about mommy being there. Roles. You know, old school, so to speak, roles.
I didn't agree to be a stay-at-home mom, but
That was your goal, not just agree.
The way he's like, yeah, but that was your goal. Like, listen, okay, I don't know if maybe she lured him in by saying, yeah, I want to be a stay-at-home mom. And he was like, yes, perfect, that's what I want. But the thing is, though, this is something that people forget. As time goes by, do you know what happens to us? Okay? As time goes by, we start to evolve. And our perception of life changes. The perception that she may have had when they first met isn't the perception that she has now. And that is okay. That is healthy. In fact, it's more healthy for someone's perception to change as they grow older, as they mature. You know what I mean? As they want to seek new adventures in their life to make their life worth something more than what it already is. So regardless of what she would have wanted before, so what? And is it really the end of the world for her to now want to go work? No. Go chase goals? No. That's literally an extra income into your household. Okay? Whether that extra income is income that you then use for her to, even if the income is just hers, listen, either way, it's extra income into the household, which in my opinion, when you've got kids, even better. Even better. It means obviously if you're trying to set up your kids for whatever future and you got more money coming in, that's helping you both out. I mean, listen, maybe he enjoys the stresses of being the only one who's going to be providing for everything. Listen, maybe he likes that. Maybe he likes the fact that when he comes home, he's got a wife who's made his dinner for him. He's got kids that have already been looked after by his wife. So basically, when he comes home, he has to do basically nothing. Maybe he likes that lifestyle. Fair enough. You do you. But you married a woman that comes from a first world country. You married a woman that comes from the United States of America. And I promise you now, if you married a woman that came from the UK or maybe Canada or any other country that is first world or whatever, at some point, some of these women are going to want to go out there and get jobs. I know plenty of women who are with successful husbands, but they will still go and get a part-time job or go and get a job of some kind because they want to be productive. Usually most of them do it like when their kids are in school, so they do it during school hours. And some of them do it obviously once even their kids have obviously now finished in school in general. So really and truly, yeah, this guy's a clown. And in my opinion, I just think he's just so entitled. It's freaking annoying.
That's what you want. Place is going to take away from the family. 100%.
It's possible, and I'm going to show you.
Imagine your partner telling you that it's impossible for you to go out there and chase your dreams because you won't be able to become a parent, a wife, as well as also a worker at the same time. It's funny because that's a reflection of him. The guy who can't work and be a father at the same time. Scumbag. Nonetheless, though, for me personally, he lacks a lot of masculinity, in my opinion. He lacks, quote unquote, how to be a gangster. And when I say that, generally speaking, if you take away the street term of the word gangster, generally speaking, a gangster is somebody that's able to be there for his wife, for his children, no matter what, with no complaints. Someone that can hold it down, stands on business, no complaints like a little baby. So much that this woman feels as if she now has to take him out on a freaking meal. And it's crazy because, of course, the reason why she offered to take him out for this whole dinner was so she could break the news to him about this. Imagine being with somebody where you have to soften them up to tell him that you want to go chase something that is positive. That is wild. Am I missing something here? Anyway, on to the next couple. I'm done with this two, yeah.
¿Por qué Jonathan va a mentir para decirme que estás en conversaciones?
I do apologize. Let me just do that again, okay? I'm not meant to be here in front of the wording.
¿Por qué Jonathan va a mentir para decirme que estás en conversaciones directamente con la madre de sus hijos, ok? Estás teniendo conversaciones con la mamá de sus hijos.
Sí.
You know, at first I was like, yes, he's finally telling the truth. He's like, yes, see? And then...
But I don't understand why this needed to be a lie. I don't understand why he can't just be like, oh, I talked to the mother of my kids. I have to send her X amount of money this month. Boom.
To be fair, before I even get into that, actually, no, I'll say this next.
Estoy enviando dinero a mis hijos. ¿Quién recibe ese dinero? Es la mamá. Pero
You see the way he worded it? He was like, yeah, of course. Obviously, I have to send money to my kids. So what I send it? Send it to the mother. Sly. Why can this man never be transparent? But anyway, he goes on to say, but I never sent money from New York. Fair enough.
yo nunca mandé dinero en Nueva York.
¿Por qué Jonathan va a mentir en ti?
Yo no sé. Le hago saber a Ashley, no tengo ninguna comunicación con la mamá de mis hijos, pero no era verdad. Y nunca debí me ocultó.
So he admitted to us that yes, he has been in contact with the mother with his children. But he can't admit it to his own freaking wife. Let that sink in.
Do you regret bringing him over here?
I don't know.
I mean, to be honest, if it's a no-brainer, like, I don't know. It's not even about whether or not Ashley regrets bringing him in. And this is what I was going to say earlier. And it has to be pointed out. And I think somebody even pointed this out in the comment section of the last video. The fact that Ashley married this man without meeting his kids, without meeting even the baby mom, without basically meeting the majority of the importance of his family is wild. And this is why, despite what arguments or what points that she may try and bring to the table that are very good points, but she brought this on herself. That's that. It's annoying because Manuel is definitely somebody that is out here doing a complete madness. You know, he's out here expecting Ashley to pay for his kids, to pay for his family. And this is for kids that Ashley has never met and a family that Lord knows which members that she has met. So he's asking her to pay for all these things. Now, I get it. I get why. It's because obviously he can't work right now. That's why she has to. I get that. But the fact that Ashley agreed to send money to people that she's never met or people that she hasn't even spoken with, and she doesn't even know 100% they even know who she is, take the accountability and recognize that you've put yourself in this situation. You've put yourself in this predicament. That's just that. Just take accountability for your nonsense. Ashley will always be Ashley. But hey, it's nice to see Manuel finally being honest. Well, with us anyway. Well, we move on to the next couple.
Asked a lot, and you give him everything he wants that he asked for you.
At the same time, too, like, your dad hasn't given us anything.
You see what happens when people get a little bit triggered. She speaks about your dad, you respond with her dad. Like, listen, the whole dad situation isn't even the point. But let's continue.
What's your dad done for our relationship other than cause problems?
Technically speaking, her dad didn't cause problems. That was Thias. Thias lying to her dad is what caused you problems.
The first time, like, we actually, you know, had something, like, to do together. And I haven't got to do that with him pretty much my entire life. Why throw that away for a few $100s?
So listen, let's give it a buck. It's a very simple situation here. Patrick obviously is still suffering from the neglect that he suffered from his dad not being around, because obviously he wanted his dad to be in his life, and obviously whenever he did see his dad, I guess it was a good enough time for him. You know, obviously we will never know how his dad was when he saw him, but for Patrick, he still saw him as his dad, as his superhero, as the man that he needed in his life to guide him. But that man was never there. But either way though, Patrick still continued to try and chase the approval of his dad, or at least the acceptance of his dad, or at least the love from his dad, even though he saw him like once a year, if that. But here's the thing that Patrick needs to recognize: the fact that you are now older, and the only time you basically see your dad is when you have money. Does that not concern you? Well, let me not say he only sees him when he has money, but I'm just saying that, but whenever your dad sees you, all he ever wants is money from you. You are happy to buy your father's love. And the crazy thing about this is that you can't buy love. That's just the grand scheme of it, okay? If someone's going to choose to love you, they're going to choose to love you, and that's just the grand scheme of it. If they're not going to love you, they're not going to love you. So, Patrick, you can continue, you know, losing a couple $100, which many people could benefit from, you know what I mean? As if money just flows off trees like that. So the reality is that Patrick, in my opinion, he needs to now go out there. He needs to go out there and find himself and really recognize his worth. His worth to his father, because if you ask me, he doesn't understand his worth to his father. But at the same time, though, let's flip it. Oh, no, let's add to that. It's as if Patrick has put himself in this position where his worth is based on buying people. And I say that because, well, his relationship with Thias, well, we all know that she doesn't earn a single penny. And we all know that from the season that we first saw them, and even this season in particular, you know, their relationship, I wouldn't be surprised if their foundation relationship was built more on his pocket rather than who he is as a person. There's something else that needs to be sunk in. So it tells me that he's got this attachment where he believes that his worth is based on how much money he has and how he can use that money to basically keep it around him. And let's not forget, though, even when he came to his own brother John, remember when we first met their relationship? Obviously, a lot of us were like, well, John's only sticking around because Patrick gives him a free house to live in and also pretty much a job. So now the more I think about it, money is very much linked to this guy's worth. And that is very sad and very tragic. He needs to recognize and ask himself the very simple question: if I didn't give money to my brother or allowed him to basically live with me, would he still be close to me the way he is now? But remember, John isn't his only brother. Do you see what I'm saying? He's got another one as well. So the question is, would my brother still be here? Would our bond still be the same if I wasn't basically accommodating him? Then he has to ask himself another question: if I didn't have the money that I have to provide for my wife and my kids, would my wife still be here? And then it comes into the final question: if I wasn't here to give money away to my dad, would he actually even waste any time to actually come and see me? Yes, waste time to even see me. Because he would, because his dad doesn't cherish the time he sees you. You know what I mean? He uses you as a... And those are the questions he needs to ask himself, because now there's a big link between money and his own worth. And if money is his worth, then he needs a lot of help, in my humble opinion. But nonetheless, though, let's move on to the last couple, I believe.
My head around divorce, but it hurts to be stuck in this limbo of not knowing what it is that we have, and I don't get anything out of this relationship.
So why are you still here? Why don't you leave the relationship? It is that simple. I mean, listen, most men would have left Sophie. Let me make that abundantly clear. Most men would have left Sophie and not tolerate her behavior. But then again, some of those men would have found a way to humble her and say, hey, stop acting like a spoiled old brat, okay? But obviously in the way that makes sense, you know what I'm saying? But then there's people you have people like Rob who stick around regardless, but yet still toot his own horn as if he's that guy. But let's continue.
Hoping not.
It's Rob's birthday today.
Oh, yeah?
He's in Kansas City.
Oh.
Don't you find that interesting that she knows that it's his birthday, but yet she doesn't even bother to even go and see him on his birthday? You married a woman that doesn't even want to see you on your birthday. If that doesn't speak volumes, what's your worth, Rob? What's your worth?
What's going on with us? And it's not like a healthy relationship right now, but like it's not something that I feel like we should just give up on, you know?
I mean, technically speaking, you've given up on it, but you keep walking out on your relationship. So who are you to say anything like that? Scale by. The audacity.
Are you like single? Like, are you like?
I'm in a very complicated situation.
Okay, with him, and that's just that. He's perfect. He looks so great. From my understanding, he is dealing.
When I go out.
So boom, this is my perspective on this chick here. I will say that this isn't real. She was 100% put in the show, you know, like, and said, listen, we would like you to say this, and that. Honestly, I don't believe this even happened, in my humble opinion. You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like this woman really came up to him and really was onto him like that, because she's feeling that she's what? In a club with like, no, I'm not buying none of that. I'm not buying none of that. Which is why it's even more infuriating when you hear what Rob has to say next.
Like, most guys would love for that to be what it looks like. And I'm over here trying to make sure I'm not going to do nothing I ain't supposed to do.
Oh, Rob is that guy. Riddle me this. If you're that guy who can get girls just like that, then how comes you can't even keep your own wife at home? How comes your own wife won't even sleep with you and it's been months upon end since she's even touched you? How comes your wife just can't even look at you? So if you're really that guy, then, well, you shouldn't even be in this very complicated situation. Should you now? Mister, I'm just that guy and all guys wish they could be me and just, you know, da-da-da. Boy, shut the F up.
I have so many opportunities. I could get into some.
Well, let it be known, ladies, Rob has so many opportunities. So if you ever walk into Rob's life and he's a single man and he decides to take you on and be with you, understand you are very, very lucky because there's a whole sea of women that are chasing him and love him and want him. But he's that guy. He is him. Even though he can't keep his wife at home, even though his wife won't even sleep with him. His wife won't even ring him, text him, or even come and see him for his birthday. But he's that guy. Listen, okay. Maybe you're that guy in terms of aesthetics. Okay, maybe you're that guy with the way you look. But you're definitely not that guy when it comes to women actually wanting you on a long-term basis. At least based on what we've seen between your relationship with Sophie. So you may be that guy that maybe women like to look at and be like, hey, let me approach him, blah, blah, blah. Maybe. You're definitely not that guy that women look at and be like, you know what, he's husband material because let's look at your relationship. Nonetheless, though, let me know your thoughts, let me know your opinions, and we can most certainly talk about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.